Oh Lord, pull up in that '04, pedal to the metal, says she wanna hit the flow more.
Yeah, somebody 4 weeks ago said this: the Atlanta Hawks are the scariest team in the NBA playoffs. That's my story, and I'm definitely sticking to it. Yeah. And that same person 2 weeks ago said this. And a matter of fact, spoiler alert, the Hawks are going to play in the finals of the Eastern Conference. There, I said it. Okay. It was me. All right. And what I'm saying today is the Atlanta Hawks are going to the NBA Finals. Thank you very much. And it starts on Wednesday. Wednesday, the Hawks play in Milwaukee for the start of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. The winner of that plays the winner of the Western Conference Finals between the Phoenix Suns and the LA Clippers. We'll get to that some other day. But as far as this right here, the Hawks are good. You know, and I'm saying this for, I mean, remember David Letterman? David Letterman had his top 10 list. Here's my top 5 list for why the Atlanta Hawks are going to be playing in the NBA Finals. All right. Number 5, drum roll please. The regular season, forget about it. All right. It's just like when they played the Knicks. You know, they lost it. Well, they beat the Knicks in the first round. They beat the Philadelphia 76ers in the second round. The Hawks did. But in the first round against the Knicks, everybody was talking about, oh, the Knicks were better because the Knicks dominated them in the regular season. No, you can't look at the regular season with these guys, the Atlanta Hawks. All right. And the same for the Milwaukee Bucks. Because the Milwaukee Bucks held a 2-1 lead on the Hawks during the regular season, but that was a farce. All right. First game, they got blown out, but that doesn't count because they had that other guy, Lloyd Pierce, was here. Anything that happened, LP, Lloyd Pierce, does not count. Okay. So that means with the other 2 games with the Milwaukee Bucks, both taking place in April, they were 1-1. Okay. The first game in early April. Matter of fact, that was the last time they lost in the regular season at home. Okay? They won something like 10-11 in a row. That was the last time they had lost in the regular season at home to the Milwaukee Bucks. They got blown out. But you know what? There's an asterisk there. And the asterisk is Trey Young was just recovering from like a foot problem. Yeah, I mean, he had missed the previous 2 games. That doesn't count. All right? Now, Nate McMillan was there for that game. He's been there since March the 1st. Okay, but Nate McMillan was also there for the second time they played under him, the 3rd game overall against the Bucks. Like I said, that first one doesn't count. And in the last game they played against the Bucks in the regular season, they won. They were down by double digits in the 4th quarter. Okay, and then Lou Williams and Bogdanovich, they just went nuts. And then the Hawks blew them out at the end of the game. They came back. You know, they weren't intimidated by the big, bad Milwaukee Bucks and the Greek Freak and any of that stuff. They won the game. All right? But, all right, be consistent. The regular season doesn't count. But that last game does kind of count a little bit. Anyway, all right, so that's okay. Number 4. Number 4 is the Hawks have the better bench. All right? Mike Budenholzer, or Coach Bud, that's what people call him. Coach Bud. Coach Bud likes to play 8 players, all right? Just about 8. All right, and Nate McMillan, the coach of the Hawks, he plays everybody, just about, all right? But the point of the matter is, if you look at the regular season, except for maybe Utah, probably the 2 LA teams, you know, the Clippers and the Lakers, the Hawks had the 4th best bench in the NBA. Yeah, Gallinari comes off that bench. We talk about Lou Williams. We talk about all these other dudes that they got that they can mix and match and put out there and just do different things. All right, Conru. I mean, this guy's a rookie and he's already playing like a veteran in many ways as the post guy in the middle. So they got him bench wise. Number 3, outside shooting. Now listen closely, folks. Listen closely. The Hawks have played 12 games in this postseason, and they've shot well from the outside 2, maybe 3 games. Maybe 2. All right? And guess what? They're in the Eastern Conference Finals. And this is a team that lives and dies by the 3-point shot, yet they have not been doing that consistently, and they're at this point. So here's my point. They are due to go nuts from outside shooting-wise on a streak of games. Okay, so, why not here? Number 2, in these type of situations, it always comes down, generally speaking, to which big star for that team does better than the big star for that team. Big star for Milwaukee, Giannis, the big Greek freak, okay? For the Hawks, it's Trey Young, the little big freak from Oklahoma, okay, if you want to call him whatever. Both outstanding players, but I just like the vibe that Trey is giving in these playoffs. He will not be denied. He's on a mission at 22 in his first playoff. Giannis has been here before, and Giannis is, kind of tightened up in these tight situations in the past. I mean, you can rattle this guy. I mean, sometimes he thinks he's like Kevin Durant out there with these 3-pointers, and he shouldn't be doing it. He should be just driving all the time, but he gets nuts sometimes, particularly in clutch time. Okay, you know what happens to Trey in clutch time? He becomes clutch. I like my chances with Trey. All right, number 1. The number 1 reason why the Atlanta Hawks are going to the NBA Finals over the Milwaukee Bucks, and that is because you got Coach Bud over here, and you got the guy who's not Coach Bud over here. And that guy that's over here that's not Coach Bud, he happens to be Nate McMillan, who's pretty darn good. I mean, just think about what this guy has done. He's got this young team, a lot of 20-something, early 20-something guys, right? Kevin Huerter, one of the 22-year-old guys, just saved the game on Sunday in Philadelphia, Game 7 against the 76ers, right? Trey had just an off shooting night, but Kevin Huerter came to the rescue at 22. That's what we're talking about. With this young team, somehow Nate McMillan have found a way to help them be fearless on the road. Okay, think about it. They won 5 games in 2 of the toughest places to play on the road in the NBA. They won 2 games during this playoffs at Madison Square Garden, where he was like, ooh, Madison Square Garden, yeah. Didn't bother them. Then you got the nasty Philadelphia 76ers fans. They won 3 games there, the Hawks. That's all Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan's done a pretty good job right up here. Okay, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. But since Nate McMillan took over on March the 1st, there were 6 games under 500 when he took over. Since that time, they've had the best team in the East record-wise. They come into the playoffs as a number 5 seed. They beat number 4 seed Knicks. They met the big and bad Philadelphia 76ers, the number 1 seed. They're out of here, okay? And he can strategize well. I mean, look what he does to be able to adjust and to keep his team from panicking. The game on Sunday, it looked like, here was 76ers driving at the end of the third quarter, and they put the picture on Nate McMillan, totally composed, okay? And that's because he's got this team to buy into 3 things, and they are huge, all right? 1, the fist, the closed fist. He says, we got to play as a unit. We got to play as a unit. He's got them believing in that. They play as a unit, 1 thing, okay? Then he tells them that I want you to be calm, cool, and connected. We've seen all that, right? Here's the big thing. Here's the biggest thing of all. And we see it game in and game out. Even when they get blown out. They got blown out twice by Philadelphia, but they came back. And in reality, they came back. Because the biggest thing that Nate McMillan tells these guys to do is to believe. Believe. And you know what? When it comes to the Hawks, I believe.
This is my falsetto, wicked potion with the slow pour. This is my addiction, make me wanna go for more. Pale